Hi everyone. I'm Toby Turtle, the official mascot of STO Summit Spring 2025. We're excited to share the recorded sessions from the world's leading summit on security tokens and real-world assets. Now, let's dive into today's talk from one of our global leaders. Hey Augustine, over to you.
Joining us now is Ghassan Farajallah, co-founder and EMEA COO of SmartBlocks, to talk about tokenizing real estate.
I would like to thank Edward for the brilliant report has shared with us, and even Daniel before Edward, and thank you, Augustine, to take these initiatives to make sure that all of us to be together in this summit where awareness and knowledge to be shared for everyone and everybody to take this industry to another level and taking it forward. Let me personally, before I'm sharing any presentation, to be honest, I would love to share my story where I'm based in the UAE, 42 years experience, 20 years in the real estate. And everybody knows that with the pandemic, Corona, everybody has been hit dramatically, honestly. So that's where it come my story to enter this world of tokenization. Back to 2020, where been struggling, and I have an owner as a property in one of the luxurious villas in Yas Island here in Abu Dhabi, in the capital of the UAE. And we are been struggling with the cash flow. So I decided to resell my villa at that time, but I couldn't make it. And excuse my voice because I'm a little bit having a fever, but don't worry, guys. I'm in a good condition, and hopefully can share the right content with you guys. So based on that, I decided to find a solution where can I get liquidity of that villa as soon as possible without losing a lot of money, to be honest. Thank you so much, Anis. So the only option where I can get, because it's too expensive, that unit, I couldn't find one person to funding that villa, but due to my segmentation and audience of people I know, so I know they are wealthy, but they don't want to invest in that time because everybody is risk. Afraid from the investment, afraid to put his money, the cash. You know, the cash was king that time. So they don't want to lose their cash in that time. But I came up when I asked anyone, he told me, okay, listen, Ghassan, if it's not $4 million, for example, if it's like $1 million or $500,000 or $700,000, I could make it. But like for 4 million one time, like it's too big amount. So where it lead me that time to ask, okay, listen, what if you give me that 700,000 and I'll get somebody else with the other 500,000 and so on till I recover that amount. And believe it or not, guys, people has welcomed, to be honest, the idea. And it's called that time, honestly, before the tokenization, everybody knows it's a fraction ownership, where I, honestly speaking, based on my experience in the UAE, 20 years in the real estate, I couldn't sure that there is a legalization or regulatory that it's allowed different owners in one unit that time. So I just get like 10 people, 11 people. I get funded, honestly, finally. And I went myself to the regulatory in UAE, in Abu Dhabi itself, an ADM, it's called Abu Dhabi Municipality, and I make it, and I transfer the ownership under 11 of owners of that unit. And that time, because I really appreciate their support and the understanding, I take the lead and I told them, listen, my company is a real estate, so I could manage it with 5% of the income yearly. So I'll be your property management to make sure there is a services provided to that unit. And they agree with me, and they said, okay, you can just handle it with the 5% of any income. So we rented like around 700 or 500,000 dirhams. Just to make it very clear, okay, which is around $150,000 around. So it could make it a very good ROI for them in that time, since I take the lead to manage that unit and to make sure there is a track record and updating the owners in like a quarterly basis and collecting definitely the rental income and distribute that amount to the owners. And then suddenly I start asking for a services like facility management, cleaning services, security services, and it started. It lead me to why not I make this kind of business for a wider and bigger scale. Definitely making it that in a manual basis, it will be a headache, and you should hire like a 300,000 people in your organization, where it become the idea where in a pandemic that let's transfer it to digitalization. So we created our first version of platform, which is we call it that time the Spot app. However, I get the challenges where can I distribute the ownership as a digital title deed were stuck, and it killed my dream down. I do remember in Token 2024, also in 2021, if somebody can remember if he joined Dubai as well. And this is where we are lucky, honestly speaking, that we are having a leadership in UAE, always thinking in advance, and they are supporting any innovative ideas or any kind of transformation step for the country. And I think everybody knows, and it was my pleasure last week. Maybe I couldn't get the chance to meet all of you guys in our summit 2024. But however, everybody can admit that Dubai is taking it to another level, or UAE leaders, they are making UAE is always in advance and leading the digitalization market as well. So at that time, I came to know my one and only, my partner is called Mark Fidelman, where he been he's expert in cryptocurrency. And he told me, Ghassan, let's converted from fraction ownership to something called tokenization. And I came to know, honestly speaking, that time I don't like the crypto. I have no clue about the crypto. Then I told him, okay, listen, if you are talking about the crypto sides, I'm not interested, because something is not, I don't know how people, they trust the crypto, because it's nothing assets or guaranteed. He get laugh on me, and then he said, no, Ghassan, tokenization is totally different than a crypto concept. It's actually token, it's backed by physical assets. I like the idea when he convinced me about it, and then we decided to build our first version, SmartBlocks. It was in end of 2021. It was a very long journey to launch our first version in the end of 2023, like in fourth quarter, I think 2023 that time. But we are raising fund and keep updating the platform. Then honestly, we tried our level best to awareness and educate the market about the tokenization in the Middle East. However, that time there is no regulation based on the last quarter of 2024. Suddenly, RERA, alhamdulillah, they already agreed with the regulatory of the tokenization, and that's why everybody is happy, even worldwide, that Dubai has accepted the tokenization. We know that it's in a period of testing, testing version or testing period, but we sure that with the leaders of the tokenization like you guys and us, we are trying to take this industry to another level. I would love to share some videos. Honestly, I have the presentation, but I think the leaders here, everybody has his own presentation, and he did very well. So I don't want to be repeated the same figures and the same ideas, but I can show some transformation where SmartBlocks is taking it, the tokenization world, to another level, where because the second transformation in our platform, where I have 3 kids, where they are playing always Fortnite and some games online, and Roblox, if everybody knows about it. So this is another funny part where I just watching them out, and then start my kids, they are generating money and income from this virtual, let's say, games. Then I start asking them to learn from them, honestly, how they are generating money. Then they told me that everybody can build his own map, and people, they can just jump in and they can start buy token in their games, buying and selling some ownership of that real estate, or I mean assets in the game. So honestly, they inspiring me in order to have another life, they call it, or another half of your life. So we start participating and updating to have a SmartBlocks of So to having a SmartBlocks of a virtual map in order to make it easy. So I will show you the first version, how it was. Then I will show you what's the latest we have released, but we are still looking for a fund stage because we passed the pre-seed funding. Now we are in the seed stage. So allow me just to share the screen if you don't mind. Okay, I believe. Let's start with the first version, where it will be funny how where we reach and how we started and where we reach. Hopefully, everybody can see the screen now, and he can hear the. Augustine, can you confirm?
Can see the screen, but do you know the webinar cannot service the sound?
Here. I think this is always a problem I'm facing. Maybe from the settings.
Well, I can see the.
How can you investigate a whole city without even?
Okay. I don't.
Okay. Oh, can sound also can.
Okay, there is sound. Huh?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. So it become like a simulation of the Dubai. The whole Dubai, it's already in the platform. And you can just find the pill of the smarter blocks for each unit. It will be available in our map.
How can I invest my money in something I can't even see? That wasn't possible. But now, Arcrete made a transformative experience in the field of real estate. The iMarket. The first interactive 3D environment that enables you to explore everything in a city without leaving your place.
Now it's a nice voice.
Future unit, even if still on the planning phase.
So, as as I said, in the beginning was really trying to find the easiest way to have easy transaction and buying and selling the units, even if it's a fraction or tokenized based on the token with the wallet and easy access to people to resell. Because also the regulation that time before the tokenization, it was when you are part of any units, you need to have an approval for your all partners first in order to sell your fraction. Then it will become another challenges. It could be because people, they will agree, not agree. Then we reach to individual a platform for each units to have their own rights and having a voting system based to his an ownership in order to resell his only fraction without prior approval from the partner. However, the priority for reselling your fraction is to the partner, and then if the partner not being interested, then you can just share it in the market or the open transaction, which is the secondary market. We call it the DeFi market actually. Then we have become now with really a serious investor. He's still in the negotiation. Wish us luck, because we have already transformed to City of Dubai to become like the leader of that word, and we have created something called the future city. Future city is a concept where I'll share again, sorry, the last video if I allowed me, guys. So just to give you a brief and a quick understanding what exactly I mean. So here is Dubai Future City with the SmartBlocks. This is our aim. Hopefully, again, the voice is sound is available.
Consumer spending. If we could organize these tourists into an economic engine, we could drive consumption among hundreds of millions of global tourists, secure trillions of future spending, and position Dubai as the central gateway for global consumer transactions. How can this be achieved? Let's imagine an example. If Elon Musk decided to allocate 5% of the revenue from each Tesla car sold to repurchasing Tesla shares on the stock market from low to high prices, and then gifting these shares to car buyers, a self-reinforcing cycle would emerge. With increased car sales, the funds available for share repurchases would grow, and as long as the total stock issuance remained fixed, share prices would rise. The Tesla stock gifted to buyers would become a continually appreciating asset. Over time, this could reduce the net cost of owning a Tesla, potentially making it free. This model would synergistically link Tesla's car sales, stock buybacks, stock appreciation, and customer base growth, creating a virtuous cycle. However, this model has three key limitations. Firstly, it is impossible to absolutely cap the total number of shares in the stock market, as new issuances can always occur. Secondly, the car sales market is finite and will eventually reach saturation, leading to the depletion of the 5% buyback fund and stagnation in stock appreciation. At last, in an open trading market, it is difficult to prevent speculators from manipulating stock prices for their own benefit, which may cause losses to consumers. Now, let's consider refining this model by the following adjustments. Step 1. Replace Tesla shares with blockchain-based digital assets, which can have a strictly capped total supply and remain transparent and auditable. Step 2. Expand beyond car sales to include all global products and services, ensuring a perpetual flow of funds for buybacks. Step 3. Restrict the digital asset marketplace so that only the future city can buy these assets, and only consumers can sell them, eliminating speculation and price manipulation. This refined model can be called the UAE model, with the digital assets referred to as future city share. Now, imagine establishing an online future city that connects global merchants and consumers. Within this city, future city vouchers served as primary payment method between merchants and customers. Global consumers register as citizens of future city. For every future city voucher purchased, they receive one future city share. Of the funds used to purchase future city voucher, 95% is retained for merchant settlement, while 5% is allocated for continual buybacks of future city shares. For consumers, the rising value of future city shares would progressively reduce the effective cost of future city voucher, potentially making it free. This mechanism allows global consumers to enjoy enhanced purchasing power and, in some cases, even free consumption. When consumers use future city vouchers at merchants worldwide, merchants can redeem 95% of the voucher's value, with the remaining 5% serving as a marketing expense, effectively completing the economic cycle. As global consumers purchase huge volumes of future city voucher, this locks in substantial future spending orders. Future City would effectively secure a commanding position at the pinnacle of the global commerce ecosystem.
So that's it. I don't want to take a lot of time. I try to be a little bit unique and different than the regular or normal presentation. Hopefully you like what you saw. And I'm very quick, straight to the point. No need to just repeat the same what the leaders before me has already shared about the tokenization, but we find out that tokenization has transformed and it's make an easy access for us to share our concept and to have an easy trading and marketplace in order to have more secure, more liquidity, and more transparency, honestly speaking, and everybody has his ownership with the safe and in a good hands. Definitely, we will have to share, and I'm happy to be introduced to from the Augustine to the leaders like Edward, like Daniel, with the remaining, and I think the next is Matthew, where it's my pleasure also to meet all of you guys very soon. Please, if anyone has any clarification, any questions, I'm happy to answer if we have still time. Otherwise, I'll pass the mic to the next presentable, and I will be available till the end of the show. Anything else, Augustine?
Thanks for joining us at STO Summit Spring 2025. Stay curious, stay connected, and remember, the future is tokenized.